Go look in the back of your medicine cabinet. There's a brown bottle in there. Hydrogen peroxide. 99 cents, maybe $1.25 now. You bought it for a scraped knee in maybe 2019 and it has sat there ever since. Now, go look under your kitchen sink and add up what's under there. Mold and mildew spray, grout whitener, toilet bowl gel, oxygen laundry booster, cutting board sanitizer, if they've gotten to you with that one. $8 here, $12 there, $15 for the tub of laundry powder. That brown bottle does the work of nearly every one of them. Not sort of. Not in a pinch. It does the job, and in a couple of cases it does it better, and I'll show you which ones. I've cleaned this house on peroxide and baking soda for years now, and I want to walk you through the whole place. The grout, the toilets, the laundry, the fridge, the washing machine seal that's got black spots on it right now, and I'll tell you plain where it falls flat, because it does fall flat in two places, and nobody selling you a natural cleaning miracle ever mentions them. But first, the one thing that decides whether any of this works, and most people get it wrong before they even start. Don't pour it into a pretty clear spray bottle. That's it. That's the mistake. Peroxide is water with an extra bit of oxygen hanging on, and that extra bit is what does all the cleaning, but it's loose. Light knocks it right off. Leave it in a clear bottle on a sunny windowsill, and in a couple of weeks you are cleaning your bathroom with plain water. That is exactly why it comes in a brown bottle in the first place. That bottle isn't a style choice. It's the whole reason the stuff still works when you open it. So here's what I do. I buy the trigger sprayer that screws right onto the brown bottle. Most drugstores sell them, or you can pull the top off an old spray bottle if the threads match. Costs $0.25 more. Spray head goes on the original bottle, the bottle stays brown, and it lives under the sink with the cap side up. I keep two, one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen, and don't water it down. 3% out of the bottle is already 97% water. You've got nothing to dilute. Second thing, then we start cleaning. It needs time on the surface. 10 minutes? That's not a suggestion, that's the method. Peroxide doesn't scrub, it works. You spray, you walk away, you come back. Anybody who tried this once, sprayed, wiped it off in 20 seconds and decided it didn't do anything, that's what happened. They didn't give it the 10 minutes. Spray and walk away. Say it to yourself in the bathroom. Speaking of the bathroom, let's start there, because that's where the money's bleeding worst. Grout first. If your bathroom floor has gone gray and your shower lines have gone that mottled dark color, you don't need the acid grout cleaner that costs $9 and burns your throat. Grout is basically hard sand, it's full of tiny holes, and everything that's ever been on that floor is sitting down in those holes. Here's how I do it. Baking soda in a little dish, peroxide poured in a splash at a time, stirred with an old spoon until it's about like toothpaste, not runny. Runny slides off the grout line and you've wasted it. Smear it right down the lines with your finger or an old toothbrush. Leave it 15 minutes. Then scrub the lines and rinse with plain water. That paste is the entire secret. The soda gives the peroxide something to sit in, so it stays put on the line instead of running to the low spot on your floor. On its own, it's fine. In a paste, it's a different animal. One honest word. If you've got colored grout, the gray, the charcoal, the tan, do 1 square foot behind the toilet first and let it dry before you do the whole room. Peroxide lightens things. That's most of why we want it. But that also means it'll lighten what you didn't intend to. Now the shower, the corners, the caulk, the rubber strip at the bottom of the door, that pink film in the soap dish. Most people go straight for the bleach spray, and they wonder why the black is back in 3 weeks. Bleach takes the color out. That's what it's good at. It hits mold, and the mold goes pale, and the surface looks scrubbed and clean, and underneath in the caulk, in the porous bit, it's still alive. You didn't kill it, you bleached its hair. Peroxide fizzes when it hits it, you'll see it. And that fizzing is it going after the stuff that's actually alive, shoving oxygen at something that can't stand oxygen and tearing it apart. It gets down into the caulk because it's thin as water, and it soaks in where bleach just sheets off. So, soak the corners, soak the caulk line, hit the ceiling above the shower if you've got spots up there. 10 minutes. Scrub with a stiff brush, rinse. It comes back slower. That's how you know something actually happened. By the way, methods like the grout paste, I've got a whole book of them. Every trick I use to run this house on, next to nothing, all written down in one place. It's on my website, links right below the video. Go grab it if you want. That's the only time I'll mention it. All right, toilets. This is the one that made me stop buying the blue gel entirely. Half a cup of peroxide poured straight in the bowl. Swish it up under the rim with the brush so it coats where the water doesn't reach, because I'll tell you where the smell in a bathroom actually comes from, and it isn't the water. It's the underside of the rim and the little holes up there. That's the part nobody scrubs. Let it sit 20 minutes. Overnight is better if it's a bad one. Brush and flush. And while you're standing there, spray the seat, the lid, the hinges, and the handle, and let it sit while you do the mirror. The handle. Everybody in the house touches that handle with the hand they just used. Nobody wipes it. Peroxide breaks down into water and oxygen and nothing else. So I don't mind one bit spraying it on things people touch. There's no film left behind and no scent to breathe. That's the part I like most about it, honestly. It doesn't leave a lie behind. Bleach announces itself for 2 days. Peroxide leaves nothing at all, and clean isn't a smell. Clean is dirt gone. Same bottle does the toothbrush holder, which is one of the genuinely nastiest things in any house, that gunky ring in the bottom of the cup. Fill it, let it fizz, dump it, rinse. Mirrors and glass. This one surprises people. Spray it on the mirror and wipe with a dry microfiber cloth. No streaks, no waxy film. The blue glass cleaners leave a slick residue, and that's what streaks up on you the next sunny morning. Peroxide is water, and it evaporates off. Cheapest glass cleaner in the world, and it's already in your hand. Now, the kitchen, and this is where I actually use the most of it. Cutting boards. I do not care what your board is made of. If raw chicken has been on it, wash it with hot soapy water first. That's not optional. The soap gets the fat and the juice off, and then spray it down with peroxide and leave it sitting 10 minutes before you rinse. A wood board especially, because wood has grain and grain has grooves and things live down in the grooves. They sell a cutting board sanitizing spray for $6. It's the same idea in a fancier bottle with a picture of a lemon on it, the sponge. Everybody knows the sponge is bad, and everybody keeps using it anyway. Don't throw it out, drop it in a cup of half peroxide, half water, and let it sit while you do the dishes. It'll fizz. That's it, working through the food stuck down in the middle of it. Squeeze it out, stand it on its edge to dry. You'll get a couple more weeks out of every sponge, and multiply that over a year of sponges. The sink itself. Stainless steel around the drain gets a slime you can feel with your thumb. That's not dirt, that's a living film, and rinsing does nothing to it because it's stuck on. Spray it, 10 minutes, scrub with the brush, run hot water. The refrigerator. Once a month, I pull the drawers out, wash them in the sink, and spray the inside of the box, the shelves, the door gasket, the drawer channels, and the crumbs at the very back that you cannot reach. Wipe with a damp rag. Nothing to rinse off because it breaks down to water. A refrigerator smell is almost always something that leaked, dried, and is quietly living in a corner, and this handles that. And the trash can. Not the bag, the can. Take the bag out and spray the whole inside, bottom and sides, and let it sit while you take the trash to the curb. That funk that's still in there after the bag is gone is a film cemented to the plastic. Peroxide eats it, scented trash bags cover it. One of those costs money forever, and one of them costs 3 cents. Now, laundry. This is the biggest money one on the whole list, and it's the one I'd do first if I could only pick one. Go look at that tub of Oxygen Laundry Booster if you own one. $15, sometimes $20. Look at what it says. The active ingredient is some name that means almost nothing to you. Here's what it actually is. It's washing soda with peroxide dried into powder form. That's the whole product. You add water and it turns back into peroxide in your machine. You have peroxide. You can skip the powder and the middleman both. A cup of it poured straight into the drum with a load of whites and towels. Not the bleach dispenser right in the drum with the clothes. Wash on hot. Whites come out bright. Towels come out smelling like nothing at all, which is what a clean towel is supposed to smell like. For sweat yellowing the underarms of white shirts, the pillowcases, the collar of a work shirt, this is the mix, and I've used it 100 times. 1 part dish soap, 2 parts peroxide, and a spoon of baking soda stirred in. Rub it into the yellow with an old toothbrush, let it sit an hour, then wash the shirt normally. That yellow is body oil that's baked into the fibers over years, and the ordinary wash cycle never had a prayer against it. I've brought back shirts I was ready to cut up for rags. Blood on white, and if you've got kids or you cook, you've got blood on white, get to it right away, dab peroxide straight on it, and it'll foam up and lift. Blot with cold water. Never hot. Hot sets it in for good. Careful with dark colors and anything dyed. Peroxide is a mild bleach, and given enough time, it'll act like one. On darks, dab it, get the stain out, rinse it, don't let it dry sitting on the fabric. And then the washing machine itself. Go look at the rubber seal on your front loader right now. Pull it back and look at the underside of it. It's black in there. Every front loader in America is black in there. Wipe that fold out with a rag soaked in peroxide. Get right down into the crease, then run a hot, empty cycle with 2 cups of peroxide in the drum. That solves the musty clothes problem that people go out and buy special washer tablets for, $3 a tablet. Your machine holds water in that fold after every single load. Of course, something grows there. Do the dishwasher the same way while you're at it. A cup in the bottom, hot empty cycle, and pull out the filter at the bottom and let it soak in a bowl. That's where the smell is, not the drain, the filter. Now let me tell you the 2 things this won't do, because I'm not going to sell you something I don't believe. It is not a degreaser. Peroxide will not touch the greasy film above your stove or on the range hood. That's a job for dish soap and hot water and some elbow. Anybody who tells you one bottle does everything is selling, not teaching. And it does not dissolve hard water scale. That crust on your shower head and the ring in the toilet where the water sits, that's mineral, and mineral needs acid. That's vinegar's job, and vinegar is good at it. Which brings me to the one rule I want you to hold on to after everything else in this video is gone. Do not mix peroxide and vinegar together in the same bottle, ever. Not in the toilet, not in a spray bottle you shook up because you figured 2 good things make one better thing. Put them together and they make something else entirely. Something sharp and corrosive that'll burn your eyes and your throat and your lungs, and it eats what you're trying to clean. Use them both. Use them on the same day. Just never at the same time, in the same bottle, on the same surface. Peroxide, rinse with plain water, dry, then vinegar. Or the other way around. And the same goes double for bleach peroxide, and bleach do not belong within arm's reach of each other. 2 of the safest things in your house make one of the meanest. That's just how it is. So why doesn't anybody tell you this? Why is a 100-year-old dollar bottle sitting in the dark in your medicine cabinet while $40 of specialty sprays sit under your sink doing the same jobs worse? Follow the money. It isn't complicated. Nobody can build a business on hydrogen peroxide. There's no brand to it. It's been made the same way for 100 years. Everybody makes it. It costs $1, and the patent ran out before your grandmother was born. You cannot put a picture of a mountain stream on it and charge $8. But you can take that same peroxide, dry it into a powder, put it in a big colorful tub, call it an oxygen booster, and sell it for $15. You can put it in a foaming bathroom spray with a fragrance and sell it for $9. You can hold back a little of it and sell you a mold spray that pales the mold so it looks handled and comes back in 3 weeks, and a thing that comes back is a much better business than a thing that's fixed. That's the whole trick, not a conspiracy. Just nobody with an advertising budget has one single reason to teach you this, and a whole lot of reasons not to. So here's what I want you to do this week, and it's small. Buy 2 bottles of peroxide. Buy 1 trigger sprayer that screws onto the neck. Put 1 in the bathroom, 1 under the kitchen sink, both of them in the brown bottle they came in. Then do the Grout paste baking soda. Peroxide. 15 minutes on 1 stretch of your bathroom floor. Just 1 stretch, so you can see the line where you stopped. That line is what'll make a believer out of you. It did me. And if your bottle doesn't fizz at all when you pour it out, it's dead. Peroxide that's been open more than about 6 months, or sat somewhere warm and bright, has turned into plain water. Pour it out and buy a fresh one. It's $1. Now tell me something in the comments. Go pull back the seal on your washing machine and tell me what you found under there. I want to know if it's just my county or all of us. And if your grandmother had a peroxide trick I didn't cover, put it down there too. I read every one of these, and half of what I know I learned from somebody in that comment section. Next time, I'm going to show you what 1 box of baking soda does in this house, and where it beats peroxide flat out because they're a pair, and neither one does the other's job. Until then, quit buying the same thing 4 times in 4 different bottles.